What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. I'm your boy NarikChase, and in this video I had a really cool idea. I wanted to explore the concept of Jodie Whittaker potentially, instead of playing the Doctor, played Romana 3. Now, I'm a huge Doctor Who fan. Romana is actually one of my favorite characters from the older series, the original series. For those who don't know, she is a Time Lord or Time Lady who was prominently featured in the Fourth Doctor era, more in the television shows and the movies. You get a bit more of her with other doctors in the books, but primarily in the TV series, you see her in the Fourth Doctor's era, played by Tom Baker, and she debuted 1978, and really the last time we've seen her was 1983. Now, like the Doctor, Romana has regenerated. Her first incarnation, Romana 1, was played by Mary Tam, and when she regenerated to Romana 2, she was played by Lala Ward. And I think both incarnations of the character were actually really good. The first Romana was a bit more detached, more analytical, more scientific, but when she regenerated to Romana 2, she was more warm, she was more kind, she was more compassionate. But both of these characters or personalities did a great job of fleshing different aspects out of the Fourth Doctor's personality himself. Personally, I did like Romana 1's kind of one-up, kind of competitiveness with the Fourth Doctor, but I really did enjoy the warmth and friendliness and comfort of Romana 2. Now, having said that, let's go back to the idea of Jodie Whittaker potentially, instead of playing the Doctor, the 13th Doctor, she could have or should have played the third incarnation of Romana 3. Now, why do I say this? As much as people rag on Jodie Whittaker, I don't think her performance of the Doctor was bad. Now, there was two aspects to her that did ruin her incarnation of the character, as well as her era of the show. One, the writing, the woke writing, definitely did not do the show or her any justice. And also, a lot of the statements that she said outside of the show during interviews and stuff like that. But having said that, I actually did like her as the 13th Doctor. I thought she nailed kind of the detached bits. I thought she nailed kind of the analytical bits, the clever bits. Did she get as many moments as the previous Doctors in the show? I don't think so, but she did have some good moments, and there were some good stories that to tell. Now, why do I say she should have probably played Romana 3? What I think would have worked if they was going to go the whole idea of the Time Lord making a female Doctor. Now look, I think the lady Michelle Gomez, I think that's her name, who played the female version, Missy, the female version of the Master, and she's one of my favorite characters in the entire series. She nailed it and made it possible of the idea of a female incarnation that works. And a lot of people don't think the female Doctor works. But like I said, I digress. But reason why I say she should have, if they're going to go that route with her character, what they should have done was, instead of her playing the Doctor, have the Doctor disappear. There's only one other Time Lord that is familiar with the technology that we've actually seen, that has interacted with this TARDIS. That is Romana. Romana should have come back and basically said this season of Doctor Who or whatever, have her go on this quest to find him. If they're going to go with that way you can still have the Doctor Who legacy still intact without the Doctor taking the brunt of what was going on. You could have introduced a character that was not only familiar to that's actually a canon character, a character that people are actually familiar with, and let her give her take on Romana, so that way you're not replacing the Doctor. Not to mention, Romana is one of the characters that that has the same potential of reappearing throughout the series as the Doctor and as the Master. Which for some reason I think because of what was going on Gallifrey. Now this is where I kind of have like a little is with it, because Gallifrey was destroyed in the original timeline of the series because of the time that the war with the Daleks. So, but they managed to change that. They managed to seal it away rather than have it destroyed, so that Gallifrey actually survives. And we see in the 13th Doctor's era that the Master comes back, kills all the Time Lords, and that's it. I guess that's he killed all the Time Lords. But what they should have done with that idea is if he was able to find this pocket dimension that that saved the Time Lords, what they should have done was have the Master get the Doctor, or have the Master in some capacity incapacitate the Doctor. Have some kind of emergency happen to where Romana, there was a one ditch way out, or something was happening. Maybe the pocket universe with Gallifrey was collapsing. They had one way to send somebody out to get help. Who should they send out? Romana. They should have sent Romana out because she's the one person, Time Lord, that's like that with the Doctor. She goes on the quest to find him, finds out the Master that he's disappeared. The whole season should have been her. Now, are we getting to see the Doctor? No, but we do get to see a familiar character. Hell, if Jack Harkness can have his own television show, I'm quite sure we could deal with at least one season of the Doctor not being there for a couple of episodes and having people trying to. And honestly, that's not the only. This ain't the only time the Doctor was incapacitated or missing, and other characters had to step up. So I think that would have been a good way to kind of put a female characters, in the center without taking away from the Doctor, and kind of guiding the show in a slight. Ooh, got to knock this over. Guiding the show in a different direction. And plus, like I said, I like Romana. I would have liked to see her character come back. So, and then the whole idea of the Master destroying all of the Time Lords. Interesting premise. How the hell he killed them all? I get what they were going with the Cybermen and everything. I think that was all cool and all that. But it's like these people just can't catch a break. There's always something destroying them. But I don't think that they should all die. In fact, that really outside of really her era on, I wish they kind of wouldn't make it canon, because they did introduce some concepts that broke the lore, and I don't like that. But as far as her, I did like her, but I really wish she probably would have played, or hell, or do it like this: have the 12th Doctor, have the male Doctor still doing his thing. Romana contacts him because the Master is laying siege to, has found Gallifrey and is trying to destroy Gallifrey, and they have to work together to stop him. That would have been good too. That would have been good. Maybe we could have seen it from both their perspectives. What's going on in Gallifrey? And then kind of like, if you ever play Injustice 2, when you play Injustice 2, it starts off in wherever Supergirl's from. Can't remember the planet now. It starts off with Brainiac's invasion of her home world, and she manages to escape. That could have been the same thing, because Supergirl comes to Earth to get help, and to let them know that, hey, this bad boy is on his way. So it could have played like that. So either we could have had one direction of it being, the scenario one being, hey, she's out here looking for the Doctor, and we're with her the entire season trying to find the Doctor. Or scenario two, she comes to the Doctor and they work together to stop the Master. I would have been good with either one of those. But like I said, I understand why people don't like her. I understand why people don't like the show, at least her era of it. I do like her. I just wish she shut the hell up when the series started. And I wish it was better writing, less woke stuff. It's always been kind of like social stuff, commentary put into the shows, but I think it was a little bit too on the nose here. There have been a couple episodes was too on the nose previous, but not in this context. It just feels so. If like back then it felt like there was nuance. They just didn't hit the mark all the way with it. But in this era, it kind of feels like it's being preachy. So it's two different things. But anyway, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what are your thoughts. Do you think that this is a good idea that Jodie Whittaker could have played a good Romana 3? What do you think about the scenarios? Which one would you prefer, 1 or 2? Or hell, come up with one and let me know down there, that bad boy. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what we got going on this channel. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.